Good morning. Today we are going to learn about entrepreneurship. What we will cover, let's see the contents. First of all, we will study what is entrepreneur, and then we will study the difference between entrepreneurship and entrepreneur. Then personal characteristics of successful entrepreneurs, and then skills required to become successful entrepreneur. And then we will study the important steps of entrepreneurship process. And in the last, we will sum up basic steps to start a business. Right? So let's go to the first slide of our today's presentation. So as you see on the slide, what is entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is basically a person who generates an idea, right, to start a business. So as you see its definition, this term is used for a person who devises or sets up and runs a new business or businesses. So this term is basically related with an individual who takes an initiative regarding creating, organizing, or starting a business or owning a business, right? Now let's move to the next slide and see the difference between entrepreneurship and entrepreneur. So as we just studied, entrepreneur is basically an individual who devises an idea, and entrepreneurship is basically the process of implementing that idea. Or suppose an individual has an idea to start a business, then the process of implementation of that idea is basically called as entrepreneurship, right? I hope you have now understood the meaning of these two words, entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. Now let's move to the next slide. Now, what are the personal characteristics of successful entrepreneurs? So there are many personal characteristics. First one is they are goal oriented. Now what is the meaning of goal oriented? This means that an individual who wishes to start a business, he has a clear focus on achieving a particular aim or goal, right? So this is basically goal oriented approach. Then we have creative. Second personal characteristic is creative. Now creative means it is related to use of anyone's own imagination or original ideas to create or start a business, right? So this is creative. Now third personal characteristic is independent. So an individual who wishes to start a business, he must have his own thinking process, thought process, and his idea should be free from outside control, or those decisions should not be subject to another's authority. So this is basically independent approach. Now fourth one is inquisitive. Inquisitive is basically curious, ability to show interest in new things, new challenges, and to take learning from those obstacles or challenges. So this is inquisitive nature. Then fifth point is self-confidence. Now self-confidence is very general term. It is basically a trust in one's own abilities or qualities and ability to take decisions or judgments. So this is self-confidence basically. Now sixth personal characteristic is persistent. So persistent is basically individual is if he is firm on his decisions in spite of any difficulty or opposition from outside agencies, then that entrepreneur or that person is called as persistent thinking process individual, right? So next is risk ability. Now risk ability, as we see the meaning of these two terms, risk and ability. The individual who is capable to take the risk, because every business involves some investment or willingness to take the decision. So this also includes psychological willingness as well as financial willingness to invest to start a business or to start an enterprise. The last one is responsible. The meaning of responsible is basically having control over the ideas or ability to take care. This is also to take care of the business, also to take care of the team members as part of the one's job. So these are the 8 personal characteristics of an individual who is planning to start a business or who is thinking about to be an entrepreneur. Now let's move to the next slide. Now let's study various skills needed to become a successful entrepreneur. So there are various skills required, such as basic business skill, problem solving skills, decision making skills, technical skills, communication skills, and financial skills. Let's briefly learn about all these skills. So first is basic business skill. Now basic skills are basically, these are the foundation for success in the business world. So this include all the soft skills like communication skills, analytical skills, organizational skills. So these skills are basically general skills to start and run a business, and these skills helps in success of a particular business whenever an entrepreneur is planning to deliver a service or product to the society or customers. Now next is problem solving skills. So this is basically an act of defining a problem. So an entrepreneur must define a problem, and he can determine the cause of a problem, or if there is a problem, he must have the ability to identify, prioritize, or provide the alternative or solution to that problem. So problem solving skill is must for an entrepreneur, and this is basically implementation of the solution, basically the detection of the problem as well as providing the solution to that problem. Next is decision making skills. So this is very general term, decision making skills. It is basically whenever there is a problem, there may have more than 2 or more alternatives as solution. So in that tough situation, one must succeed with the right decision making. So right decision is must in a tough situation. So this is very important for the success of a business. Next is technical skills. Now technical skills, as this word says, technical. So technical means it is basically technical knowledge base to perform a particular task. Suppose one wish to deliver product to the customer which is related to science or which is related to arts, technology, or engineering, then he must have the ability to design and develop that particular product so that that product can be used in a particular machine or a process. So technical know-how is must for a business. So next is communication skills. So communication skills is basically it is ability to convey the ideas or share the ideas, and one must have the ability to share his feelings effectively. So this is useful for both internal work environment as well as expansion of the business to outside world or outside customers or clients. Next is financial skills. So it is basically ability to deal with the finances or money. So financial knowledge is very essential to successfully run a business. So what it basically includes? It includes the necessary knowledge that how to calculate the business related parameters, such as what is the total investment which is done by the owner, what is the financial investment provided by the external agencies to a business, and how he can calculate the profit or profit analysis from all the deductions, or by including all the deductions which are related to the business or investments. So financial skills are must for successful starting and running a business, right? So now let's move to the next slide. This is basically 5 important steps of entrepreneurship process. So these are discovery, concept development, resourcing, actualization, harvesting. Let's discuss these 5 important steps one by one. So first one is discovery. So as you see on the slide, it is basically, this step involves basically ideas, how the ideas are formulated, what is the business, what is the vision basically to start that business. So ideas are must. One must generate the idea from any existing problem or any existing need. So he must discover that this is the need of the society, this is the need of the customer. So he can generate ideas from that decision, right? So next is concept development. Concept development is basically to generate a business plan, basically, that how that particular idea can be implemented, or how that can be converted to any product or services. So this is basically a business plan. So this involves everything related to location of the business, and if there is some need of the patent or trademarks required for that business or services. So this includes all these factors. Next is resourcing. So resourcing is basically related with financial investments which are required for the business, right? And also the manpower requirements, that for running that business, how much manpower is required, how much will be in the labor section, how much will be in the technical section. So this all includes resourcing, right? Financials as well as manpower requirements. Now next skill is basically actualization. Actualization is basically it is basically implementation of that idea as a business. So here it is basically to start a business at the ground level, or to start and delivering the product. So this is our actualization, that everything financial, floor plan, business plan, everything is planned, and finally the product, after designing and developing, the product is started manufacturing, and it is going to be delivered to the potential customers or the society. Now next factor is harvesting. So in this stage, the entrepreneur decides about the future growth of the product. Suppose there is a need of the time to upgrade the design of the product or services, then he must take the right decision at the right time, and he must have the ability to move on regarding the future plan, or for the another alternative product development or services. So this is basically harvesting. This includes basically design renewal, upgradation, or future growth. Now In the last, let's study how one can start a business. So what are the basic steps to start a business? So there are basically 4 major steps. First is develop a business plan, then acquire finances, meet legal requirements, and last one is business protection. So let's discuss one by one all these factors. So first one is develop a business plan. Now to develop a business plan, it is basically to generate a detailed proposal or to basically sum up all the ideas in the form of complete business plan. So this is basically in the form of a booklet, so that this booklet can be presented to any potential investor or lender, so that from those agencies finances can be procured for the business. So everything related to the business, like what will be the management team, what will be the marketing requirements, so product details, growth plan, everything is in this booklet. So this is basically a detailed proposal that describes a particular business. So next is acquire finances for the business. So this step involves all the finances which are related to the business. So finances can be procured from different agencies, as you see here. Finances for a business can be procured from family or friends. It can be procured from other businesses. As you see nowadays, many big business houses are supporting the startups. So financial support can be taken from those businesses. Similarly, employees can also invest in the business, right? So financial acquire finances for a business is basically to identify the investors and to get the finances for the business. Now next is meet legal requirements. Now to start and run a business, various types of certifications or licenses are required. Suppose we want to start a business at a particular place, then at the for that area zoning laws should be there, will be there, zoning laws will be there. So we must have proper license for that residential or industrial space to start to design or develop a particular product, right? So related to a business, we must have a balance sheet. From that balance sheet, we can identify all the investments, as well as we can identify the profit as well as the taxes which are to be provided to the government, right? Similarly, we must have permits, certifications and licenses. These can be individual authorization, as well as these can be for the business certifications or licenses, right, as per local, state or federal laws, right? So this include all the basically legal requirements. So next is protect your business. Now suppose we are delivering some product to the society, then we must have proper trademarks, patents or copyrights related to our product. Suppose we are delivering some product, then we can get our documentation in the form of trademark, so that our design or our product can be protected from copying, right? And similarly, suppose we are dealing with some invention, our product is related to some invention, and we have created that invention, then we can get the patent on that invention. And suppose we are delivering some literary work, like some stories, poems, so such type of, if publishing type of work we are delivering, then we can obtain the copyright related to that, those literary works, right? So these were the 4 steps to start a business. So for this presentation, various resources are used, as you see on the slide. And if one wishes to explore further, then he can study or he can refer to standard material, as you see, Entrepreneurship New Venture by David H. Holt, Entrepreneurship 10th edition by Robert D. Hesrich, and Marketing Management by Philip Kotler. So I hope this presentation was useful to you. Thank you all. Thanks for listening. I hope this brief tutorial was useful to you. Do share your views in the comment box regarding this shared information. If you have any specific question or suggestion, do share in the chat box. It will be our privilege to address your suggestions. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you all. Thanks for watching.